Hi everyone, my name is Andy Robertshaw. I've been asked about a comment I made on Daily Killer Sudoku, so it's puzzle number 27272. The claim I made was that we have a 2 in row 5 column 8 and an 8 in row 5 column 7. So I've been asked if I can put a video link to explain how I got there on this. So I filled in the same candidates as the person who made the post already had. Now what I've said on this one, I've looked down the right hand side, I've got a 15, a 12, a 6 and a 23. So if we add these together, 12 plus 6 plus 23 is 41. If I add the 15 to that as well, I've got 56. So I've not included that one. So this 15 plus all of these adds up to 56. 56 is 11 more than 45. So each column adds up to 45. But including these two and excluding that one gives me 11 more. So these two add up to 11 more than what that one is. But I'd like to consider the possible values for this cell and show you whatever we have here, then we have 8 and 2 here. So this being 11 more than this, I've got to have at least one here, I've got to have at least 12 there. But the most I can have here is 6, because 11 more than 6 is 17, which is 8 and 9. That's my maximum for a pair of cells. So I've got to go through all the values 1 to 6 and explain how I get 8 and 2 there. So if I put a 1 in there, we're in the position, so 11 more than 1 is 12, so I've got 12 there, I've got 13 there. I cannot have a 1 as a pair that add up to 12, nor can I have 1 in a pair that add up to 13, nor can I have a 1 anywhere else in this 28 cage, so the only place in this column for a 1 is here. So if I've got a 1 here, I must have a 1 here and a 9 there. I say I'm going to come back to that one for my contradiction later, but let's try the rest of the values. A 2 there will give me 1 and 5 for this 6. I've got 13 here, 11 more than 2, so I cannot have a 2 in a pair that total 13, either here or here, nor can I have a 2 anywhere else in this 28 cage, so the only place I got for a 2 in this column is there, and the 8 will go with it. There we go. Right, so a 2 there will give me a 2 there. That's the point I'm trying to make. I didn't mean to do that. Let's undo. Let's try a 3 here now. Oh goodness, what's a touchpad again? Right. A 3 here now. I've got to have 11 more than 3 there, which is 14. So I've got 14 and 13. I can't have a 3 as one of a pair that adds up to 14. I can't have a 3 as one of a pair that adds up to 13. I cannot have a 3 anywhere else in 28 cage. Nor can I have one there. I've got nowhere to put a 3 in this column, so that's impossible. Let's move on to 4. So my 6 is 1 and 5. So I've got a 4 and a 5 in this column now. So my 12 is 3 and 9. I can't have a 9 there, so I've got 8 and 2 there. So 4 there implies 8 and 2. Let's try the next value, 5. 5 there would give me 2 and 4 there. Again, I've got 4 and 5 there, so my 12 is 3 and 9, and I would need 8 and 2, and that's what I was looking for. So it works as well with the 5 there. 6, so this is the last number I've got to look at. So what happens when I have a 6? So my 15 there has to be 7, 8. Once again, my 12 has to be 3 and 9. So I'm in the same boat once again. I've got to have 8 and 2 there if I got a 6 there. So hopefully that's easy enough to follow. All that remains to do is see what happens when I have a 1 in row 3, column 9. What happens there? So I've got 2 and 4 as this 6. I think I said earlier, that adds up to 12, that adds up to 13. I can't have another 1 in this 28 cage, so I would have 1 and 9 there. And make that one an 8. So this 15 is 6 and 9. So I've got 4 and a 9 in this column. So it only leaves 5 and 7 for this 12. I've got 3 and 8 for the last two numbers in this column then. I've got 11 between those two. I need 12 to make up the 23. I can't have 3, 9 or 4, 8. It only gives me 5 and 7. My 13 then, without using a 5 or a 7, I can't have 5, 8 or 6, 7. I've got to use 4 and 9 and put them that way round. And now here is the crunch. I need an 8 in this column. I've not got an 8 in any of those, but I've got an 8 in that cage already. I cannot have an 8 in this column. Therefore I'm stuck. So I could not have a 1 there because I get myself in a mess later on. So we can now eliminate that. So I could have 2, 4, 5, 6. 2, 4, 5 or 6 as this one, but I've shown you now whichever one of those I've got, I'm going to have 2 and 8 here, and in fact it unravels a lot more. So I've got a 9 there, I've got 7, 8 between those two. I'll let the user carry on with it, but hopefully it makes sense why we have the 8 and the 2 between those two cells. Okay, well, thank you very much for listening, and I'll talk to you again soon.